Ripple XRP, so we have the Federal Reserve warning coming in about the US debt and how it isn't sustainable. Jerome Powell has spoken about this just recently, and we're going to take a look at what he has said. We've also had Ripple be described as being part of the new money rail systems, and we will also be looking at how Ripple has partnered with the Digital Euro Association. We will be having a look at the price action of XRP coin today, so all I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. And so we know that the US debt has just been increasing, and I believe that it currently stands at around about maybe $34 trillion the last time that I saw it. So let's take a look at what Jerome Powell has said on 60 Minutes.
The US is on an unsustainable fiscal path. The US federal government's on an unsustainable fiscal path, and that just means that the debt is growing faster than the economy.
I have the sense this worries you very much.
Over the long run, of course it does. You know, we're borrowing from future generations. It's time for us to get back to putting a priority on fiscal sustainability, and sooner is better than later.
I mean, obviously he has now coming out saying this, and Janet Yellen has opposed and basically says that the US debt is sustainable. But I believe that a lot of people have saw this coming along. I mean, not so long ago, the US debt was only at $27 trillion. And now it has increased roughly by around about $5 to $7 trillion. And so it's very important because we know that Congress will need to come to an agreement when it comes to the budget for the next fiscal year. And that's only going to be happening in roughly around about 2 months. But unfortunately, we are seeing the increased spending, and it seems like as if that will only increase as we are seeing the geopolitical tensions and what's been going on, you know, abroad with both Russia and also what is happening in the Middle East. And it seems like as if they are only increasing their military presence as well. So I'm not quite sure how they're going to be reducing their spending. But of course, this US debt is a concern. So we have over here that Powell is saying that it's urgent for the US to focus on debt sustainability. I mean, we've pretty much already gone into the deep black hole right now. It seems like as if it's going to be very difficult for us to get back out of it. There's got to be a solution though, and you'll see over here that though the US is still able to comfortably finance its more than 27 trillion in publicly held debt, increased spending on entitlements and interest could snowball in the coming decades. Jerome Powell has definitely accelerated the balance sheet. And in relation to the inflation, he said that the Fed wants to see inflation data keep coming in low as it has for the past 6 months. I mean, for both November and December, the interest rates were left unchanged. And he also says over here that's why every person on the Fed committee believes that it will be appropriate for us to reduce interest rates for this year. And a few people have criticized him, saying that he should have actually raised the interest rates well before back in 2021. So we'll have to see how this goes, but this is the red alarm. We have over here in relation to the new money rail systems and how Ripple can be a part of that. Now I won't be playing the whole video, only roughly about a minute where he actually mentions Ripple, but we have the CEO of Tokenovate at a recent panel discussing the institutionalization of digital assets, and he mentions that new money rails like Ripple are emerging as we head towards fully digital infrastructure.
What are we talking about here in terms of these new money rail systems? So firstly, we're talking about different forms of payment rails. So a very big part of blockchain technology is bringing out something like the Ripple network, which wants to be the next generation of a payment network, a cash system. So we know society is going to change in the next 15, 20, 30 years, where our physical cash will fall away, and we will transition through a few mediums, but we are heading towards a full new digital rail system. So the question is, will we have one rails for the world? Is it Bitcoin that will win out and be the ubiquitous money rail system for the world? Or will we have sovereignly protected money rails for every jurisdiction? So I think at the moment, if we marry up probably the requirement for regulatory oversight in every major jurisdiction of the world, we will see innovations where money will be modernized per market, and therefore we will have fractionalized markets, and therefore we will have new assets to trade. We've got swaps to do. We'll have new assets going on venues. So I think the fundamental, firstly, that we have to remind ourselves of is we're in a big era of innovation for our money system to change globally.
I mean, for some countries, they are pro-Bitcoin, especially in South America and within that region. I think Brazil as well. And we also have Republican candidates that are pro-Bitcoin. However, I do think that in terms of cryptocurrency, we have many digital assets that we can now be using, and of course, different networks and DLTs. Now, Bitcoin isn't the only player in the space as of now. And so it seems like as if we are moving towards that, and in terms of the options that we actually have. So that's going to be to do with your efficiency and also the cost effectiveness, as well as the clearing and settlement times. Over here we have Ripple partners with Digital Euro Association. Now yes, this has come back just around about 2 years ago now, But you'll see over here that Ripple joined the Digital Euro Association to provide input on the design of CBDCs. Why is this important, right? Because governments are going to be issuing their very own digital currency. This is your CBDCs. So they've asked for these industry experts to actually get in on the idea. Not only are they going to be actually asking for their input, but there could be potential for them to actually use their technology. So that's the reason as to why it is good for Ripple. And so we have over here that Ripple will be extending the technological expertise of the DEA community, and that they need advice on technological design as they advance beyond the initial research stage. So it's not just about researching now and what will be the benefits for this, but actually the practicality of it, how it's put in practice, and how it's actually going to work as well. And so we have over here the VP of Ripple saying that it has 40 members working on CBDCs around the world, and we don't even know all of them, right? We only know a few. I mean, we know the Republic of Palau, the National Bank of Georgia, and only a few other different players, but we don't know all 40 of these members. But it just goes to show that Ripple does have engagement with these governments and what is happening behind the scenes. And we also have over here that Ripple has been involved with CBDCs before, so it's not like as if it is something new to them. And we also know that Bhutan and Palau have both working with Ripple. But Ripple also became involved with the Digital Pound Foundation, and they are researching a CBDC for the UK, and so that is also going to be happening as well. So not only do we have the UK, and also with the Digital Euro and with Palau, got a few other players as well that we still don't know. And this is the reason why I thought that I'd show you this article, so you know the connections that Ripple has with these governments. So if we actually talk about the Republic of Palau, they did do that pilot program last year. I just want to show you a few of these results. Now, they actually reported that there was high satisfaction in the CBDC pilot. So we have over here that the program allowed up to 200 employee volunteers from Palau's executive branch of government to make purchases from local retailers. Now, only 168 individuals actually participated. And we have over here that no more than $20,000 worth of digital currency actually entered circulation, and that volunteers could not obtain additional digital currency. So in terms of the satisfaction, we had 58% of respondents describe setting up and using the wallet for payment as easy or very easy. Why is this important? Because the average person is not going to know much of the technical side of things, as it has to be easy for them to set up and not much restrictions. There were some issues though that were reported during payments. Half of the respondents described slowness during wallet use or payment processing, or problems with QR code usage and manual address input. And so I'm wondering if this is the technical side of things, or if it's actually to do with Ripple's technology in general. It doesn't really say over here. However, the Ministry of Finance did say that the first phase of the program was a success among both volunteers and retailers. I mean, we had over 50% being able to actually set up the wallet and use it easily, and that in the long term it intends to introduce the stablecoin nationally as a convenient and cost-effective way of payment. This article came back in December the 8th just of last year, and I believe that they're currently now using it in the Republic of Palau. So that is the first success story that we have. So the price action for XRP coin today, we are currently trading at 0.5028. We are down by 0.55% on the one-day chart. For the 24-hour volume, we are up by 17.55%, and we are trading at $795 million. In the earlier hours in the morning, we were trading at 0.5045. Now, we did actually take this dip to 0.5018, and we are pretty much just on that 50-cent mark. For the 7-day chart, we are down by 5.77%. Now, you'll see with this chart over here, we are pretty choppy, right? On the 30th of January, we were sitting at 0.5258. On the 1st of February, we then went below that 50-cent mark, and we actually hit 0.4929. Then we actually came back up the next day to 0.5061. On the 3rd of February, we were at 0.5078. However, we managed to jump up in the later part of the day to 0.5228. On the 4th of February, we came down by 1 cent to 0.5113, and then we took a dip to 0.4986. So it seems like as if we're just going back and forth between that 49-cent level to 52 cents. I want to see support for XRP coin at 53 cents. On the 1 month chart, we are down by 11.21%. Again, we're just not seeing that nice clear support for the price action of XRP. I mean, if we do retrace, we could potentially be seeing 48 cents. However, I want to see XRP coin get a bit more momentum. Let's see if we can first make that 2-cent jump to 52 cents and then get support to 53 cents. Guys, if you want daily Ripple XRP coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.